Let us have first of all look at the liquidity management, that what are the objectives related to that what are the objectives related to that. First of all, it is related to ensuring the profitability, because if we are matching the liquidity gaps, it is basically that we can do provide, it is basically that we can do fund for our liabilities from the assets at the reasonable price, and also we can do ensure the liquidity. That is a responsibility, that is the obligation of the bank, so as to ensure the liquidity, whether it is for the lending purposes, whether it is for repaying the obligations. Okay, so for those purposes the liquidity is required, and that is the main purpose, main objective of the liquidity management, so as to ensure the profitability and ensure the liquidity. Okay, so liquidity is represented by what? It is represented by the quality and marketability of the assets. Okay, so let me tell you one thing first of all, that assets are sources of receipts, because from assets we will be receiving the amounts and liabilities that are to be paid off. In case of the banks, what are representing the assets? What are representing the assets? Definitely the credits are representing the assets, or we can say the investments are representing the assets. Investments are representing the assets. Whether we have lent money or whether we have made the investment, that is related to the asset part. And what it relates with the liability, that the amount which is to be paid off, whether we have borrowed the amount in the interbank market or we have basically accepted the deposit from the deposits from the public, those are to be repaid. Those are to be repaid, and those are the obligations on the bank. Those are the obligations on the bank. And liquidity, which is related to, it is basically represented by the quality and marketability of the assets and liabilities that are exposing the organization to the liquidity risk. Because if a obligation arises over there, if an obligation arises over there, that is to be paid from the assets itself, that is to be paid from the assets itself, because the liability is related to the payments, whereas the assets are related with the receipts. On the maturity of the assets, we will be receiving the amount. On the maturity of the assets, we will be receiving the amount, or we will be creating fresh liabilities, so as to pay off the maturing liabilities, Are you getting my point? Either we are having the cash in hand or the balances with us, by which we can pay the amounts related to the liability, related to the obligations, or we can do one thing, we can basically take fresh liabilities from the market itself and can pay off our previous liabilities or maturing liabilities. Okay, so liquidity risk is normal aspect of everyday management. Liquidity risk is normal aspect of everyday management for a financial institution, because whensoever we are dealing with the financial assets, it is basically related to what? That we have invested our money. So whatsoever money that was received by the banks in the form of deposits, in the form of borrowings, that was invested by the banks. Okay, now it may be the case that the depositors or the borrowers who lent the monies to not the borrowers, the lenders who borrowed the money to us, they basically demanded the money in between, and it may arise a risk. It may basically put the bank, it may expose the bank to the risk related to the liquidity. Okay, so only and only under the extreme cases of the liquidity risk problems that translate it into the solvency risk problems. Solvency risk problem is arose only and only in the extreme cases. Is that clear? Now let us have a look at the definition of it. So banks need liquidity to meet deposit withdrawals. The banks need liquidity to meet the deposit withdrawals. So whensoever the deposits are demanded by the public, which they have deposited with the bank, or those are withdrawn by the customers itself, and further so as to fund the loan demands. Let us take the case that you have sanctioned a CC limit amounting to rupees 4 crore to a person A. Now person A demanded the money out of the loan amount. In that case also you need the funds. Okay, so the variability of the demand and variability of the deposit basically determines the bank's liquidity needs. What money do I need? That basically depends upon the variability of the demand and variability of the deposits. Is that clear? So bank has adequate liquidity when it can obtain sufficient funds, by increasing the liability. That part I already explained. By even we can basically fulfill our liquidity needs either by basically obtaining the sufficient funds by increasing the liabilities, or we can increase our liabilities and can pay off the present obligations. That is the case. Or it may be the case that we can convert our assets by selling the assets, at some reasonable cost. Okay, so if we are able to match the payments that is related to the obligations, either by increasing the liabilities or by converting the assets. In that case, we can say that we are having adequate liquidity. Okay, so if liquidity needs are not met through the liquid asset holdings, so if liquidity needs are not met through liquid asset holdings, bank may be forced to restructure or acquire additional liabilities. What does it mean? It means, let us take the case that over a 1 month horizon, let us take the case that over the 1 month time horizon, the maturing assets are amounting 100 crore rupees, and further the maturing liabilities are 130 crore rupees. Okay, in that particular case, bank is either to convert the other assets which are not maturing in the term of 1 month, so as to convert those assets into the liquidity so as to pay off the obligations, or the other case it could be that the bank may be forced so as to borrow another amount of money from the market so as to bridge the gap over here. Is that clear? And for the dimensions and role of liquidity risk management, let us have a look at the dimensions and role of liquidity risk management. So banks liquidity risk management is a process of generating funds so as to meet the contractual or relationship obligations at reasonable price at all the times. So what is a management related to liquidity? That we want adequate liquidity so as to match our obligations, from either creating the new liabilities or by converting the assets at reasonable price. Okay, so that is related to liquidity management. So effective liquidity management by banks serve important functions. What are those? It demonstrates the marketplace that the bank is safe. So if you are having adequate liquidity, basically it fosters a trust of public in you, that you are capable of repaying your borrowings, and further it enables banks to meet its prior loan commitment. Okay, we can meet our prior loan commitments, and further it enables banks to avoid unprofitable sale of assets, because if we are not having adequate adequate liquidity, in that case, as we have already discussed, that the bank will be forced so as to sell the assets at unreasonable prices or unprofitable situation. Is that clear? And option D, statement D over here, it says it lowers the size of the default risk premium the bank must pay for funds. So whensoever the liquidity risk arises, the bank is out of liquidity, the bank resorts to the interbank market. The banks resort to the interbank market either for the call money or for the notice money. In that particular case, the other banks do lend the money to the borrowing bank, but if the bank is a defaulting bank, in that case, more of the risk premium will be charged to that particular bank. So let us take the case that the bank A is out of the liquidity and bank A resorted to the money market over here or interbank market over here so as to borrow the money from the interbank market, and further so as to fulfill the obligations. But now if bank A over here is defaulting in the case that it was not unable to meet up with its obligation at earlier also, in that particular case it will be have a negative image and more risk premium will be charged. Okay, further, adequacy of bank's liquidity position depends on the analysis of what factors? First of all, adequacy we can determine from what factors? That what was the historical funding requirement, what is the current liquidity position, what would be the anticipated future needs. Okay, what would be the anticipated future funding needs? So what we were basically demanding in the what were our requirements in the past, what we require right now, and further what we may be requiring in the future itself. Those all are the factors. And other than that, sources of fund, what is our source of funds, at would it be reasonable, would it be available at reasonable cost, and further options for reducing the funding needs, how we can reduce our funding needs, and further present and anticipated asset quality over there, because asset quality does matter a lot. Because if you are having the deteriorating asset portfolio, in that particular case you will not be able to convert those assets into receipts, and ultimately that will basically increase the asset liability mismatch, and further it will adverse the situation of the liquidity risk. Are you getting my point? Okay, so let us take the case that you were to receive 100 crore rupees in the next 1 month, but due to the deteriorating quality of the assets, you are not able to receive that particular amount of money. You are not able to receive that particular amount of money. In that case, we can infer what? We can infer that we are basically having the adverse situation related to the liquidity. So that is also a factor related to it. For the present and future earning capacities, present and future earning capacities, and present and planned capital position. So these are the factors. These are the factors related to the adequacy of bank's liquidity position. Related to the bank's adequacy liquidity position. So as all banks are affected by changes in the economic climate, as all banks are affected by the changes in the economic climate, the monitoring of economic and money market trends is a key to liquidity planning. Why it is so? Kindly please read this line again. The monitoring of economic and money market trends. Why it is so? Because if more of the banks are borrowing from the money market instrument, in that case, what does it mean? That there is a situation related to economic slowdown, or it may be the case, it may be such an adverse situation that the public do not trust in the banks more, and further they are withdrawing more money from it. Okay, so that it is related to. So we must be monitoring the economic and money market trends over there. So some factors that may affect a bank's liquidity, what are those? That is, first of all, it is related to a decline in earnings. It is decline in earning. It may be the case that you have increasing non-performing asset. It may be the case related to deposit concentration. How it does relate? Let us take the case you are having 500 crores of the deposits, and out of these 500 crore of deposit, your maximum part of the deposit is coming from the single person amounting rupees 200 crore. Now let us take the case that this person withdrawn the amount. In that case, it will largely increase your funding demands. It will largely increase your funding demands because there was deposit concentration. And further your funding demands will now be increased. And further these are to be looked into. Is that clear? Is that particular part clear over here? Okay, now let's check it further related to the downgrading by rating agencies. It may be the case that your rating has been downgraded. It may be the case that expanded business opportunities are there, due to which you require more funding. If you're lending more and more, in that case also you require more funds. And it may be related to acquisition, that you have acquired some subsidiaries or some other companies, that is why you require more funds. It may be the case related to new tax initiatives are there, due to which you are not complete your funding requirements and you require more funds. So factors that may affect the bank's liquidity, those are related to this, and further we have covered them. To provide funds to satisfy the funding needs, a bank must perform one or the combination of the following. So what is to be done so as to fulfill the funding needs? First of all, dispose of liquid assets. So whensoever you need the funds, there is a shortfall of funds, that there is a negative mismatch or negative gap of the assets and liabilities. What does it mean? That a negative gap of assets and liabilities, it is a relation where your liabilities are greater than assets. Then in that case, it is said to be negative mismatch. We are talking about the residual maturity of the assets and liabilities which are maturing over a time horizon. Okay, if data is basically liabilities are greater than assets, and in that case it means that there is a negative mismatch, and further that gap can be fulfilled if you dispose of your liquid assets. Let us take the case, I was having some investments which I can pay off at a very low haircut. Okay, in that case I must be disposing of. And further, increase short-term borrowings. I already told you that we can increase the liability side, or we can decrease the holdings of less liquid assets. We can decrease the holding of the less liquid assets. That can also help us to so as to fulfill the gap. And further, increasing liabilities of a term nature. If you're lending amount for term nature, if you're basically not increasing liabilities, basically not related to lending, if you're basically accepting deposits of long term types, okay, let us take the case that we are accepting the deposits for 3 years or for 5 years. In that case, your residual maturity will be for more time, for longer time horizons, okay. In that case, your residual maturity will be for the longer time horizons, and it will definitely decrease your funding needs. Is that clear? And fifth one, it is related to what? It is related to increasing capital funds, that if owned funds are increased, in that case also you are having more funds with you, those can be utilized so as to fulfill the gap,